This Friday is the 10th annual Flop Festivus event. The star-studded event raises money for the research of a potentially life-threatening disease that can be hard to diagnose since it mimics many other diseases. It's called sarcoidosis. Joining me now to talk about the disease and how this event will help with the research are Sean Hull, the founder and president of the Life and Breath Foundation, and Dr. Mark Lemos, medical director for Greater Baltimore Health Alliance. Welcome, you two.
Thank you.
Happy to have you here. Tell us a little bit about this disease.
Sure. Sarcoidosis is a common disease. It's somewhere between 10 and 20 people per 100,000, but it's frequently undiagnosed because people have other symptoms that are not explained well, and lo and behold, if the diagnosis is made, we have good therapy available.
And what are some of the symptoms that someone would encounter?
Often it's an unexplained blood test, an elevated calcium. Other times it can be arthritis, eye disease. It can be undiagnosed kidney failure. It can mimic just about any disease in the book. So one has to keep it in mind when people don't have easily explained symptoms.
And Sean, I know that you have a personal connection to this disease and why you started your foundation as well.
Yes, my mom passed away with sarcoidosis in 1996, and she mostly had it in her lungs. But unbeknownst to the family, she was struggling with the disease for 13 years and then passed away. And I wanted to find out a little bit more about it and went over to Johns Hopkins and just researched it a little bit. And knowing I wanted to do something in her memory, created the foundation in 1998.
And this foundation has done such great work. Talk about what it is that you've been doing with it.
Well, the first thing is to make this aware to people out there, because a lot of our patients have a big question mark about this disease and why them, and I don't know what to do, and then they go to their medical professional, and again they get the runaround or the misdiagnosis and everything. So really the chief mission of the foundation is really to explore and make this aware to the patients, make sure they get to the appropriate specialists or general practitioners so that they can get some help.
And we were just talking off camera, a friend of mine was just diagnosed with this and sort of encountered those same things where all of her symptoms were unexplained and kept going to doctors and they couldn't really figure it out. So this really is raising a lot of awareness. And the event itself, I've had the pleasure of going to Flop Festivus, if I can say it, it's a tongue twister. I've gone several years and it's always so much fun. For people who have not been yet, talk about what is going to happen.
Well, the best thing I can say is it put a smile on your face, and that's what we hope for it to do to many people. It's really a resort casual type of event held at the Four Seasons. It's a beautiful atmosphere with harbor views. We'll have music there, food, festivities, and I actually bring some of my old former Ravens in to help me celebrate the Festivus.
Yes, and everyone's got their flip-flops, good music, auction items. And this all helps for research, and the dollars have been collected now for 10 years.
Correct.
Talk about how important money like this for research is, Dr. Lemos.
Oh, I can't tell you how encouraged I am from what we're seeing in terms of research for this disease. We have much better therapies down the line that look like they'll reduce the side effects of the current treatments. I can't see anything but a brighter future for people with the disease.
And I know you said it's really important for people to understand that if you are diagnosed with this, it's not necessarily life-threatening. It can potentially be, but you can live with this disease.
Oh, absolutely. And the important thing is to understand the extent of the disease if you have it. The appropriate people who have some understanding of that disease really follow you. And then you need to be able to have those things taken care of at the appropriate time in the course of their disease.
Yes, awareness is key. Again, I had never heard of this disease until you and Flop Festivus 10 years ago when I started going to these events, so it's just wonderful what you're doing. The information is on your screen. 10th annual event is happening this Friday. Get your tickets now because they will sell out, I'm telling you. We'll be right back with more Midday Maryland right after the break. Stay tuned.